Hey there, this is Cameron Knight, the Marketing Manager from Certum Solutions, and it's time for part 3 of our Marketing for New Businesses series. I'm putting the links to the previous two videos in the description below. Where we left off in part 2 was thinking about how we can convert different kinds of customers to being loyal to our brand. And we talked about the steps of the buying process as a way to generate some ideas for promotion, which we'll get to cover in the next video. First, I'd like to welcome you to the strategy phase of the marketing process. This is where we shift from asking, what do we know, to asking, what do we do with this information? The types of customers that we ended the last video with are those who are loyal to your company, those who are loyal to a competitor, those who will go wherever the best deal is, and non-category customers who don't have a need for your category of product or service, or at least they're not aware of a need. It can be helpful at this point to make your best estimate of what percentage of the market falls under each of these types. Now think about your current loyal customers. What kinds of things do they have in common? If this information is available to you, what are the most common demographics in that group? Age, gender, ethnicity, I don't know, shoe size? Besides demographic characteristics, we can also study what these customers share in geographic location, behavioral activity, or psychological values. Why do you think these are the groups that you're able to reach? You want to do the same with the other types of customers that aren't loyal to you yet. What do they have in common? Grouping different segments of the market by their similarities is known as segmentation. Now, based on your current loyal customers and based on your ideal customer that we imagined in the last video, how do you think need recognition step of the buying process is happening? Do you think it's going how you initially pictured? Even if you're brand new and don't have any loyal customers yet, we should all ask ourselves now, which segment are we most likely to reach or continue reaching? Picking one or a small handful of segments to focus our marketing efforts on is known as targeting. And you should make a note in your marketing plan who your target segments are. You might ask, why would we choose specific groups when we could just try to reach everybody? Well, it's better to narrow it down to a couple of target segments who are likely to be receptive of your efforts, because if the vast majority of your audience doesn't care about what you have to offer, then they're going to find your advertisements annoying, and you will likely be known as annoying, and at that point you may as well be asking about their car's extended warranty. Now we'll write down some ideas for positioning. In other words, what are you communicating about your product in the context of all the different types of competition that we mentioned in the analysis phase? What's the claim? What are people currently using your product for? What do they believe about it or about you? Is it different from what you want them to use the product for or what you want them to believe? This should help you decide your positioning and the claims that you'll be making for your target segments. Your positioning will most likely have to change over the years as the market itself changes. Your positioning will be crucial to defining your brand. Brand is so much more than just a logo. It's the public perception of your company's personality, the experience, good or bad, that they associate with you. And yes, there is a visual component to this, but we can tackle that in a completely different series. I found it useful to ask, if my company were a person, what kind of personality would we want to show to the public? What kind of a reputation would we want to have? Lastly, for the strategic phase, you should set some goals for your company. Maybe it's specific conversion numbers you'd like to see in the analytics you'll be gathering, or maybe it's about increasing your market share percentage or your annual revenue. An important thing to remember is to make sure you're setting SMART goals. And by SMART, I mean specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. In other words, we'd rather see specific numbers than just, I'd like to increase my annual revenue. It should be measurable as opposed to, I want my clients to be happy. There's nothing wrong with wanting that, but maybe you should set a goal for receiving positive reviews. It should be relevant to your business marketing, and it should be time-bound. Give yourself a deadline so that by the end of the year, month, quarter, whatever, you've either met your goal or you haven't. This is where the tactical phase starts, where you get into the nitty-gritty of the marketing mix, aka the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. We're going to cover the tactical phase in the next video of the series, Marketing for New Businesses. Again, this is Cameron Knight, the Marketing Manager with Certum Solutions, and I hope you enjoy this series.